All right. Welcome to Let's Talk Over Teas. My name is Nijaah Howard. And as you know, this is a talk show specifically designed for single parents who are raising their children solo. However, I've been taking a turn these last several weeks on really staying current and relevant with the information that's been going on that's impacting all of us, whether we're parents of two-parent households or we're single parents. But just the culture right now of,
Mm.
our children being raised in homes where we're scared. We need more information. We need to know what's going on. So I just want to introduce you today to my wonderful guest. Please welcome Mr. William Bell.
Good afternoon, Naja. How you doing?
I'm
And
all
thanks
right,
for
Mr. Bell.
inviting me. Yes.
Awesome. So listen, do you have your tea with you? You have your
Oh, yes,
tea?
ma'am.
Oh, good stuff.
Got
All
to
right.
sip a little bit. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So today I got my Earl Grey tea. So
Oh, okay.
so that's what I'm rocking today. Ah, it was so funny. So just to give my audience a little background. For myself, for those that don't know, I started doing a lot of activism, Mr. Bell, somewhere around when I was 19, 20 years of age.
Wow.
And I was very, very passionate about just the growth and development of African American boys and men, because I just love working for the African American community. I'm a Black woman. And so
Exactly.
whenever I saw something that just was unjust or just not right, I always stood up for the underdogs.
Hmm.
And you and we go back some years.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we
So,
do.
and you still looking good.
Oh, thank you for my old self.
You still look amazing.
With
You
the
still look amazing.
time.
Still
Yep.
doing the work. And I
Yep.
remember for one of my events, I had awarded you
Yes.
one of the awards because in my mind and in my heart, Mr. Bell, you and Miss Valerie Bell, you guys have always demonstrated such class to me. Um,
Thank you.
in my mind, you were like another group of just real healthy household, a husband wife team. You
Mm.
reminded me a lot of my mother and father, just a very healthy husband and wife team, very
Right.
humble, very calming, very soft. I want you to just give us a little snippet for those that don't know who you are.
Mhm.
Who are you and how did you become a household name?
Well, let's start a bit beginning. It began with my son Sean, actually. You know, well, let's start this way. I've been married 45 years now, believe it
Wow.
or not. 45 years. So then we had three kids. William, that's the oldest, and then we had Sean, then we had Dolores. And the subject is about Sean. Because Sean, the one that got murdered, I'm gonna say murdered, and which is true, by the police department with about 50 shots. On his wedding day. Actually, he's about to get married that day. You know, he had a bachelor party, which I went, which I reluctant. I didn't want to go, but I did go. I said stay an hour, and I'm staying the whole evening with him. Which was I'm glad I did. God bless I did, because if I didn't, I probably regret it now even worse. You know that I did get a chance to see him for the last moments of his life. And and the sad thing about it, by the time I got home about that, soon I got home, it took me about 10 minutes to get home. Then I found out he was in the hospital. That's how fast this incident occurred.
Wow.
Just like that. Just with haywire. Whatever. I don't know what caused the problem, but all I know is my son is dead. You know, I don't know what initiated it because I wasn't really there, so I can't really say. But the whole thing, I do know my son wasn't the person that interfered with a cop and tried to bully a cop, and he been drinking or whatever. Come on, he want to get home, go have breakfast, and ready to get married. But it
Right.
didn't happen, unfortunately. But till this day, me and my wife, we trying our best to keep his name out there. You know,
Absolutely.
we
Absolutely.
all sorts of events, whatever. You got to. We had a mural made up on where he got killed at, but somehow the building got sold and they tore it down.
Oh,
But so yeah, I
oh my
know.
God. The one that we went to that day when
Yes,
they tore that down?
they tore it down. Yes. Then we found out about it. We went to the owners and asked him about it. Said, "What you gonna build in next?" Because we want to put it back up there.
Sure.
On that street. So he said, "Well." he don't know for sure a hotel or where the contractor was working there. So we'll see what happens with that. Whatever goes up there, we're gonna go to the owner and we're gonna try to put it back up. Because
Well,
that's his resting ground. More or less.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know?
And if you need some workers to work right there, work with you, I'll be right there. Just give me a
Oh,
call.
I know that. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Yes.
just give me
And
a
we're gonna
call.
make it stronger this time. This time we're gonna
Yes,
make it so it don't move, be able to take down or whatever. You know.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
One of the great things though is that Sean Bell, he will never be forgotten.
Right.
His mural, his
Mm.
name was actually down in Brooklyn, and it was
Yes,
painted in
it
big
is.
yellow lights.
Likes, yes. Matter of fact, I went to see it. I went
Okay,
Wednesday, no, Tuesday. I went. Yes. Yeah,
okay.
my daughter's birthday was Tuesday. I went Tuesday morning. Me and my wife we went to see it. You know, we
What
got a
was that
chance.
like for you?
Oh, it was like a little chilling. You know what I'm saying? Really to see him, his spirit right there. You know what I mean? Like it's not going away because like the whole city just took this spirit and holding on to it. It's not going no place. And it's all over the country actually. You know, because
Yes,
when it come around his birthday, the May 18th, people would call me up from different cities. We thinking about him. This and that. Which give me a good that we working hard for something. We're not working hard for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
People
absolutely,
do understand where we coming from and how we feel, which is a feeling that I don't wish on no one. Trust me. Until this day, it still haunts me. You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of it haunting you, do you ever get an opportunity to connect with other parents of slain
Oh,
victims?
oh yes, oh yes, oh many, many, and and the sad thing about it, they all the mothers. I don't know what happened to the fathers. And I always said that. What happened to the men of our country? Hey, these women didn't have these babies by themselves and these young men. And all of a
No,
sudden they disappear. You know, okay,
absolutely,
of course you don't deal with it. That's that, but that's still your son. Support that woman because she's going through hell. Excuse my French, but she is. You know, but like I
absolutely,
tell everybody, a woman got to know, like I said, a woman knew the child before a man got the chance to meet him. See, us men got to introduce ourselves to him. You know,
yes,
the mother knows him.
yes,
For 9 months, she know everything about him. Blah blah. That's why they're so close to their mothers. But a man, hey, like I said, well, excuse me, I'm your father. I'm such and such. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
That's what we
That's
got to do to our kids. Really. But men don't take time to do that. But they decided to disappear. So
right.
of course the kid is confused. He don't know. He don't know better. Who there to teach him from right or wrong? Huh?
Absolutely. That's why we need such strong, beautiful black men to represent like yourself.
Thank you.
I just recently, I don't know if you know Mr. Bell. I think I told you. I just recently wrote a book, Raising John's
Yes.
Boy,
Mhm.
and one of the reasons why I wrote the book is because I really want to help single mothers who are raising African American sons, by themselves.
It's not
How to
easy.
navigate through it because it's hard as heck. You know
I
what I
know
mean?
you
It's
know, yes.
it's hard as hell. There's no other way to say it.
Yes. Right.
You keep God and you keep your support system, but
Mhm.
it's not an easy route. And so I'm hoping that through my literature that I could be somewhat of a ease and a tool for the moms out there who are out there struggling. And I'm hoping to reduce the single parent household rate
Yes.
by helping moms raise sons so they can grow up into men who understands the value of their importance in a
Yes.
family setting.
Exactly.
So like you said, you're looking at mothers when you go to these
Yes. It's
these
all.
functions, and it's all mothers.
Yeah,
And
all mothers.
we have got to hold our men accountable.
Exactly.
And although we can be very understanding to the systemic racism and oppression that has
Mhm.
plagued black men in the black family period, we
Right.
still can't allow or give permission to unexcused behavior. If the mother could stay, so can you.
Exactly. That I agree 100%. That's right. So what is your issue? What's your problem? Because you're not
Right.
going to a better situation, or you're doing
Exactly.
going to a worse situation. That's the bad thing about it. Work it out. You can work
Exactly.
anything out if you try.
That's right. Work it out. So let me
That's
ask
it.
you: did you and Miss Bell, who I love dearly as well, I love both of you very much just for who
Mhm.
you are. Did either of you ever get diagnosed or treated for any of the trauma that you've endured by losing your son in the manner in which you did?
No, you believe it or not, we depend on each other actually. You know, that's what is, thing that really helps us. Even though we have our little bad times, sometimes we still get them. We still go through our emotional things, stuff like that. Maybe we should, but I don't think that person would understand because all they're going through is a book, a section. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna read a book and diagnose it in a certain way. You got to feel what we feel to
Absolutely.
understand. You can't tell me out of a book how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's not in a book. I don't care what kind of doctor you are. You got to feel it. If you can't feel it, you can't tell me.
That's
So
right. And
that's why
that's
we.
what That's right. And that's one of the reasons why, it's so important that in every field we have faces that look like us. So that
Exactly.
not only are they following the books, but they're also empathic and they're compassionate about the history and the trauma that just seeps into the skin of the Black people. You
There you
have
go.
to understand where we come from in
Yeah.
order to help us move to a whole nother level of our lives. You
And
know,
that's true.
yeah, I mean, one of the things about the Black man and in the family is that the missing link of many of our Black families is the Black man. And
Yes.
and that is, the family stabilization as well as even racial survival.
Hmm.
How have how has your granddaughter been able to, which is Sean Bell's daughter, how has she
Right.
been able to um just cope and get through and hearing all that's been going on, because she was just a baby when all this
Right.
happened,
Right.
but in all that's been going on, how has she been able to, and how have you guys been able to keep her in a real safe, secure environment and focused?
I tell you, it's not easy because she really involved in that. I don't know. It's hard to explain her because she like her father in a sense. She headstrong and she wanted to do something in her way no matter what. But in one way, it's a good thing. She becoming a lawyer. She wanted, in fact, talk to her about that. And like I tell the kids in school, if all to solve the problem, you got to become part of it. You can't solve nothing by sitting on the sideline and keep complaining. You got to get involved in it. That's the only way. And I trying to encourage our Black young men to do that. I know it's a job nobody wants, a police officer, this and that, but we're never gonna solve that problem if we don't get a part of that system. We got to overrun that. We got to be dominant in that system. That's the only because the laws got to be changed, and we can't do it by sitting on the sidelines. I'm sorry, you know.
Absolutely not.
We
Absolutely not.
complain, we march, we do all that. That's all good and well,
Right.
but that ain't gonna do anything. Because
Right.
when the sun go down, nothing change. You go in your house, back to your house, the same thing over and over again. Then shut somebody else. We got to get involved in that system, become the lawmakers, the judges, the cops. We have to do that. That's the only way we're gonna win this fight against us. Because it's a fight against us, actually.
Ab- Absolutely, it is. It's a fight against us, and that's
Right,
why it was so good this time around. With the George Floyd movement
right.
and the whole Black Lives Matter. You know,
Yes,
tell me a little bit about what your thoughts was on that. But I tell you, it was great to finally see the crowd was
yes.
diverse. I mean,
Right.
we
It
we
was,
saw
yes.
we saw Asians and
And so, yeah,
Hispanics
you
and
name it.
whites, and there were so many allies out there. It wasn't just a black and white fight anymore.
Exactly.
How did you feel about that? How did that give you hope, or inspire
Well,
you, or
it did give me a little hope because now they have to listen. Because before, like I say, you march and people say, okay, they only saw the Black people. And they say, oh, God, they're going to do that all the time, so forget about it. But now when you got the Black, the white, the Chinese, the Spanish, and everybody coming together, oh, shoot, we must have did something wrong. We got to start doing something different now. Because everybody recognize what you're doing is wrong, and you continue doing it, but you're getting away with it so freely, you figure you could do it no matter what, and nobody have nothing to say about it. All they got to do, they kill somebody, they get transferred to another city or whatever, and keep on by their business. So there's no loss for them, but it's
no?
loss for us.
I mean, and
And
it's amazing. They get like these slaps on the wrist, and they get like
that's it.
vacation. They get vacation time. I mean,
Yeah, they do. And look at
it,
the ones
it's
that have showing. They all got part of their pension. Hey, come on. You tell
come
me
on.
you still paying this guy? We paying a mother to walk around. He probably went and got another job doing something, another city, and working what they want to work. You know, come on. You can't keep doing this to us. And, you know, and like we supposed to just sit there and say, okay, I'm not going to, no, I can't accept that. I cannot apologize for the things I say about you. I would not shake your hand. You know, I'm not doing this. Some people go, oh, I feel, you know, I can understand. No, I cannot understand the rage he have in him. Because how did the rage I have in me? If I go out and kill somebody, where I'm going, I'll be in the electric chair.
That's right.
You know, regardless. You know, even a black cop, think about it. A black cop kill a white person. What do you think gonna happen to him? He's not gonna survive at all. So they better, you know, the ones that they better wake up. Forget that protecting them, because it's so much that, well, I call them KK people, which is true, but you know they're there, you know, and there are a lot of them quitting now because they know they're gonna be exposed because of the new law. My wife and, you know, and it's Justice Committee fought for, you know, and the mothers, they fought for this law.
Absolutely, and that's the one that was signed by Mario
Well,
Cuomo, our
come
governor,
yes,
and
exactly.
that was so necessary and so powerful. And you know, the thing that kind of creeps me out though is that, you know, with this defunding the police, you know,
Yes.
the whole institution, if you will,
Hmm.
is a $6 billion industry, and
Right.
they're looking to defund only a
Of
billion,
of 1 billion.
only one.
Exactly. So you're not hurting nobody really. You know, you think about it. You that's extra money that they were taking and putting it in their pocket. That's all that was. You know what I'm saying? $1 billion and you were getting six. So you only get, I'm sure, 1 billion. And what's
Right,
the problem? And they're gonna say, oh well, we can't wait for the city no more. We're gonna lose. We can't hire what you can't hire. You're hiring the wrong people anyway. You know,
exactly.
if you think about it, hire somebody that cares about their neighborhood. Don't hire somebody that just want to get a gun and the power to do what they want. That's all it is. Come
You know,
on.
it wasn't too long ago that I was driving and I saw a pack of brown children, and they were
Hmm.
about to cross the street, and a police officer was trying to actually escort them across the street. And do
Right.
you know, as the police officer was waving them to come along, the children did not move.
Of course not. They're afraid of them.
They're
You know,
afraid.
they're afraid of police officers, and you cannot blame them because you know what can a black man do to be safe? I don't even know what to tell them anymore. You know,
Right.
you be polite to them, it don't matter. If you know you stop and obey what they tell you to do, it still don't matter. You know, it just don't make no sense. The other day, I parked my car a little bit before a driveway, little back, right? And this other car parked in the driveway, but he was back of me. This cop actually blamed me for parking the way I did. That's why he gave the guy a ticket. And I said, wait a minute, I'm not in the driveway. But he tried to get my go. He tried to get my blood boil. You know what I'm saying? Because he kept saying, oh yeah, but no, no, no. So I did not do that. I said, I'm not in the driveway. I said, I could leave my car here. You get your superior if you like. You know, I'm not blocking nobody. Hey, he had poor judgment, not me.
I tell you, you know,
But he wanted to get my goat up because he was a white
yes,
cop. He's
yes.
sitting in there trying to play the hero now, and the black cop on the other side ain't saying a word. He's just looking. I'm
Wow,
like, what the heck? I
wow.
said, and I started to say, brother, don't you have anything to say about this? This man gonna tell me how to park now? Now you're a dictatorship now. You're gonna tell me how to walk, how to come out my house? Come on.
Wow.
It's too much. Too
Tell
much
me,
power.
it's too much power. It's too much
Yeah,
power. It's like judge and jury in one person. You can't do that.
exactly.
You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
what
You can't do that. Let me ask you, as we come to a close, tell me, you know, what are some next steps? What are you hoping for? What do you want? What are you desiring?
you know what I really want, and this is the honest truth, and this is all I really want to see the law change for our black people. When they go into court, they have the same rights that that white man sitting next to him. That's what I really want to see before I leave this earth. I'd love to see that one day. One court, they have the same crime, both of them, okay? Which I've seen lately. And this one guy, this white guy actually got probation. And the black guy got 20 years, and they had the same type of arrest. Same type of arrest. And they both went to the same judge. And he gave the black guy 20 years, and he got probation. That's the laws that we have now. That's what I want to see. That's what I really, really want to see. Every time I go out, I speak about the law need to be changed. I want people to see the whole thing. Me talking about it and have some people to help me with it is two different things. You know, everybody said, yeah, I understand, but what you gonna do?
Absolutely.
What you do?
Absolutely.
And this, I'm talking to our politicians now.
That's right.
What you gonna do? You know, we got you all in this office. What are you doing for us?
Right.
You're sitting back and just collecting your money and keeping your mouth shut. That's when you become a house nigga. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Let's
Right.
get out of that door. Come out of
Absolutely.
that white coat. You know what I'm saying? Get out of that
Absolutely.
white coat, man. Come
Absolutely.
on. Get it back
Absolutely.
into the fields with the working people to understand by the ass what we get day in and day out. You know?
That's right. That's
You
right.
get me started now.
No, it's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
you know,
And
it's stupid.
listen, we are hardworking people, and
That's what I'm saying.
it blows my mind how the moment they get into these positions,
Oh, that's
they're
it.
just
That's what gets me. It
it's like
kills me.
they forget where they
Oh,
come
they
from,
do. They do
you know,
fast, fast.
and they forget, and another thing is that, it's like, they transfer the power,
Mm-hmm.
to areas that are not necessary. We
There
need we
you
need
go.
we need
That's right.
power in the underinvested communities.
Exactly.
We need better health care.
Hello.
We need our children to have a better, higher education.
Right.
These
Better
are
community looking clean, you know.
clean
And
communities.
they could do that. They could do it. They do it out in Long Island. In the place that they live, their neighborhood is clean. You know, I done
Absolutely.
went down south in Atlanta. They slums are cleaner than our so-called good areas. You know, and it's
Yes.
pitiful. It's really pitiful, man. If they could clean their areas down there and much bigger than our area, come on, they could do it here.
What are your thoughts on those people who say, oh, those black people, they're rioting, they always destroy and burn up their own communities. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, they're ignorant people because they don't understand it's not our community. We don't own nothing, you know, and that's what they can say our community. We only rent these. We are visitors in these neighborhoods. We don't own nothing here. They own everything, so they're a bunch of idiots. You know, tell them to look back and look at the paperwork and see who owned these buildings and who owned this neighborhood. Because first thing you do, someone on the sidewalk, the city owns it. They can claim it, but you got to keep it clean for them. You know, you're working for somebody else. We're not never working for ourselves. So what we own, I
Absolutely.
got a
And
daggone thing. But
and see, the thing is that, I really want to, encourage and empower our, brown and black listeners who are listening to this. And thank you so much for this powerful just interview, Mr. Bell.
Mhm.
One of the things I want them to understand is that you can own, but
Yes,
you got to pool your money together. And
thank you.
when you finally do get your money, you don't go out of the community and think
That's
to live
it.
better. You got to bring the money back to your community and make your community better. You
And
know,
that's our problem. Thank you for saying that because you're 100% right. The first time they make money, they gone. Long Island.
yeah,
Well, I did. Somebody else's community.
yeah,
And forget about our own community and say, oh man, I can't deal with y'all. You,
absolutely.
that's our problem. We can't live with each other. Why we hate each other so much? You
Right.
know, and that's
Eh,
what I tell young people. Why they kill each other? What is wrong? The man is doing enough. He loves to see this. Oh,
Absolutely.
come on.
Absolutely. And I say this, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. And I know, um, you know, I know that it's been a while since you and I have spoken, but I want you to know that I support you and Miss Bell very much. I love you guys very much.
Yeah.
And if you need any voice in the movement, I'm here. If you need somebody to just walk with you, I'm with you. Call me. I don't want you to think you're in this fight alone,
Yes.
because we have armies of people who are in the movement now, who are woke and who finally
I
get it.
think they did wake up after
You
that.
know,
Yes, they did
it's
wake up.
just a matter of now connecting with the right people
Right people. There you go.
and making moves happen. Uh, you know, Lastly, before we wrap up, I do want to say last thoughts on Amy Cooper, the young lady who falsely accused and called the cops on the gentleman in Rambo in Central Park. She was finally prosecuted.
Right. I'm surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am really surprised, you know, because she could have had that man killed. You know what I'm saying? By doing this false accusation that this man about to attack her and all this and that. This man, all he said, put a leash on your dog, you know, whatever it may be. But now, oh, this is a black man trying to attack me. What? See, this is one of the issues too. We get accused of so many different things. You know how many 80% of the men in jail that haven't did anything. But well, once they go in once, they come back out. They don't know no better now. Nobody give them a job. They starving. They need a place to live. What they gonna do? They go back to the same old routine. The
Right.
system kills our people, you know, and
and
that's
and that's right. And the system kills our men, and that's
yes,
why I'm so passionate about, empowering and loving on our African American men, letting
you
them know
do a
how
great
beautiful
job.
they are, how amazing they are, how
Mm,
needed and how wanted they are, right? Because we do need you. We
yes,
need you. We
there you
need you to
go.
stand with us. We want you to stand with us. We are women. We are strong Black women, but we're women, and we need our strong Black men. And so that's why it's important for women to stand up like myself. And I've been fighting on
Right.
the
See,
front
I'm gonna say that.
lines.
We have more like you. Maybe
That's
more of these men to stand up on their own two legs. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Instead of falling down and waiting for the man to help them out all the time. You know?
yeah. So, and
Hmm.
I just want to say, last but not least, when we strengthen our boys and our men,
Yes. There
we
you go.
we stabilize our girls and our women
Of course. Yes. Without a doubt. That's
without
right.
a doubt. That's the way it
Without a
moves.
doubt.
So,
Hmm.
hugs and kisses to you.
Yes. Say it here, Don.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we will talk soon.
Yes. Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye now. Okay.